Welcome to all. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
now I think 30, 14s are here, so we can wait for 1 or 2 minutes. So meanwhile, all will join. Then we'll start. Okay, so now strength is, I think, more or less done. Okay, so as we in the previous class we talked about restriction and different enzymes you are talking about, and we described your enzymes in 4 different classes, which include nuclease. Then comes to the polymerase, and then modifying enzyme, and so on, and ligases. And today is the 2 session we are having, and these 2 sessions are dedicated for the laboratory part. But I think before going into the laboratory part, first we must discuss our enzymes, because if we done with the enzymes, then only we can really understand the principle of your laboratory, your experiments, how these experiments being done, and why, and what are the utility of these experiments, and uh, and how they can be helpful in our future studies or your job things, whatever you're doing, that you are thinking to do. And before moving to a restriction enzyme thing, we first there are the what types of the practicals are there listed. So I have the list of experiment, as you are all are able to see. The first experiment is the analysis of DNA by gel electrophoresis. Second is restriction digestion. Third, ligation. Fourth is the preparation of competent cell. Then transformation is there. Then the PCR polymerase chain reaction and the southern blotting is there. Okay, so before going into the first experiment, I would like to ask you, in your previous semester, have you studied this experiment or not?
Sure. So, gel electrophoresis, we had it in instrumentation biology, but it was theory, and we didn't do like the experiment.
And what's about your molecular biology? Some molecular biology course you did in the fourth semester or not?
Yes, sir, we did,
No.
but we had, but then it wasn't. This wasn't part of the experiments.
Okay, not an issue. Okay, one more thing I want to ask, that have you done the DNA? Means I definitely you don't done by in the lab, but have you studied the extraction of DNA? DNA extraction? Uh, Devanshi?
Um,
Yes, Manaswini?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm asking, have you done or studied DNA extraction protocols in your previous semester?
No, sir.
Manaswini?
Yes, sir. The DNA isolation we did the last semester.
But
so we
in
did it in the last sem.
theory,
Yes, I'm
this
asking previous semester only. The last semester is the previous
yes,
one
with
only.
theory we did.
In the laboratory part?
No, sir.
No.
No, we haven't. So we had it briefly in 12th, I think, but after that we haven't had it in the lab.
Okay. So thing is that what we are going to do, whatever the experiment listed are there, so for them, the first prerequisite is going to be your DNA. because as we are talking about recombinant DNA technology, so in the recombinant DNA technology, so whatever this technology we are going to talk about, it is going to start with DNA. So if you are not having DNA, then what you are going to do? So the first thing is to have the DNA. Then the main question, how to get the DNA? So this is the one, and I think we should start with this one first, as it is not listed in your in your syllabus. But I will start with this experiment. And for the purpose of your laboratory, we will share you. I think might be Dr. Sunny will share you, or if he will share you, then I will share it with you. There is going to be a protocol manual that I'm sharing you. Just a moment. And this one, are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So laboratory manual is going to be there, and we will give it to you. So this laboratory manual is going to have. This is about your fundamentals of recombinant DNA technology, that you are the syllabus is. So GCME 314. It is going to have all what you need for your experiments, and these are something preamble, etc. It's of not much of use. So here the laboratory that you are going to have, one is the construction of DNA vector, and then you are going to have a quantification of DNA. Then you are also going to have a isolation of genomic DNA, a bacterial cell. So this will the bacterial number 3 should be the bacterial number 1, but and then the isolation of plasmid DNA. So this also should be there. Then the analysis of DNA by gel electrophoresis, restriction digestion, ligation, preparation of component cell, bacterial transformation, polymerase chain reaction, and southern blotting. So these are the these are 10 experiments are going to be there. Yet. Okay, so these 10 experiments we will discuss in our time course that we are going to have. So not sorry, it is 11. Okay, so as I mentioned, it is going to be mainly theory part. So because practically you can't do. So but for that, what we are going to do, we are going to use some virtual lab platforms. So virtual lab platform is going to be available at VLab. That you can go to the VLab also. So I'm sharing the VLab also, so you can see how things are going to be there. And in the VLab portal I'm opening. So just a moment, I'm sharing the VLab portal. Okay, so is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is a VLab. It is a MHRD portal, and to the MHRD portal, this is the Amrita Vishwa Vidyapitham is a part of that MHRD. So they designed virtual labs for you people, and in it you can go to the biotechnology and biomedical engineering one. And in it you can see that the different types of the labs are there. This biology processing. For us, the important one is the molecular biology. So biochemistry is there. So here is the molecular biology that we are going to talk about. So here the molecular biology virtual lab 1 and molecular biology virtual lab 2. So in these both the portals, so clicking the first one. So in the molecular biology lab 1, so there are the first the preparation of buffer. So any type of the experiment, any type of laboratory or any type of experiment you start, the first thing is you must have the buffer stocks. So buffer stock simply means you are going to have some solution. So you must know how to prepare the solution, what are the buffers are, what is the pH, and what is the different concentrations like molarity, normality, and other type of concentrations. So all these things which are some basic. I'm not going to tell you here about it because I think that you all are aware of these things. All of you have studied in chemistry also, and also in your 11th and 12th. The first chapter of your 11th is, I think, a mole concept. Describe you all how to prepare for different types of solutions. So if you would like to read, you can click on this buffers. So here the different theories is there, how to prepare it, and procedure is also there, what you need to prepare them. Then self-evaluation is also there on this portal, select whether you know it or not, what you studied, what you learned it, so you can have it. And you can also go for the animations. So you have to sign it free sign up is there, and then assignment is also there in it. So different things are there. So here you can get an experience in this animation. You can get an experience how really these solutions are being prepared. And go back and so here the plasmid isolation is there. So you can go the plasmid isolation, then extraction of DNA from fish fin. Fish is there. We are not going to talk about the fish. We are going to talk about the bacteria. So how to get DNA from the bacteria. Then some other method of DNA extraction is also there. Then the aerogel electrophoresis is also available here. So you can click on it. So here again you can go with the animation. And the restriction digestion is also there. Component cell preparation is there. Transformation is there. DNA extraction and extraction of DNA from aerogel is also there. So these are the different experiments which are available on this virtual lab platform. So we in our laboratory practices we are going to utilize some of these platform also. In the molecular lab 2 also we need to go. So here the experiment listed in our course is the polymerase chain reaction PCR, and the electroblotting is there, and southern blotting is not there. So southern blotting is the remaining one, and that is I included in your manual. So once you got the manual, so everything will be available with you. You can study that. And before coming to the class, it is going to be better if you come after reading the manual or studying it. And similarly, is there for your classes also. So you must visit your LMS. So teaching material is being shared you on the LMS. You will see the teaching material that are available there. And if some videos are there, so watch those videos. And PDF is there, so read those PDFs. And if the slides are there, also read the slides. And further also, if you are having any books, so you can refer your books also. So these are the few things which we have to do in our this one. And now coming back, as I mentioned that before moving to the laboratory one, we must have some basic background of our thing, then we can go with it. But I think today we can have one practical, that is the first that I was referring you, that is the DNA extraction. Because in DNA extraction, I think all of you are going to have all the background. So I'm sharing you the manual that I'm having. And from that manual, I will describe you what really things are there and how you have to go with the DNA extraction. Okay, so this is the one. Is it visible to you? Document visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so construction of DNA vector we are not going to talk about. We are going to directly I'm going to the number 3 one. In principle, it should be at number 1 only. Okay, so this is the construction of DNA vector. Isolation of DNA, yeah, this one. So, simple question that I would like to ask you. You need a DNA. So, from where you can get the DNA? From where you can get the DNA?
So from a cell sample.
Yes, from a cell, because DNA is a genetic material. So every type of cell, except RNA viruses, every cell has the DNA. So the thing, if you want your DNA or DNA, you all know that DNA is in your cell. Also, two types of DNAs are there. One you call the genomic, your genomic DNA, or you simply call the chromosomal DNA, or you call them nuclear DNA. And the second type is the extranuclear DNA, also you call them the plasmid DNA or that type thing. So two types of DNA you can have. So depending on what type of DNA you need, and one more term is there. So I'd like to, I think you all might be aware about that term. One term is called genome. What does genome mean? What does genome mean?
So
Sir,
it's the material that, sorry, go ahead.
Your
genetic
entire
material.
genetic material, sir.
Yes, sir. Set of genetic material.
Okay, first, who is Divanshi? So first you speak.
Sir, a genome is the we can say a complete set of genetic information which is present in an organism, which also requires function.
Okay, right. Yeah, well, and who was the second one? YN. Who is the YN? Yuvraj Pradhaman.
Yes, sir. I just said that the entire genetic material is inside a genome.
Entire genome
Genome.
inside a genome. Okay, so Manaswini also was speaking. Yes, Manaswini, you would like to say something?
No, sir. My answer was similar to Devanshi's. So
Yes, so Devanshi, you rightly mentioned that when the term genome that we are referring, genome means the totality of, whenever you are using term ohms, wherever are you utilizing term ohms stand for the totality. So in total, whatever genetic material you are going to have, you call it the genome. And when we are calling term genome, this genome simply means, as if you refer us human genome, we are having 46 chromosomes. That is going to be one. And second, we are going to also going to have mitochondria that also have a genetic material. So whenever you are referring a genome or when you are referring human genome, so whatever the amount of genetic information present on the 46 chromosome plus mitochondria refer to human genome. Okay, so human genome simply means on the 46 chromosomes, so genetic sequence, genomic sequence of 46 chromosome plus mitochondrial one. So it is genome. But one more thing is there, whenever you are referring, some question came to you, what is the size of human genome? So whenever we are referring size, we generally refer the size is around 3.2 billion base pairs. And but someone says, if you ask some others, they will say that no, it's not 3.2, it's 6.4. So then what is right, whether it is 3.2 or 6.4? So what is the right? What is the right number size of human genome? It is 3.2 or 6.4 billion base pair. Any comment on it?
3.2.
Right answer is both 3.2 and 6.4. And more right is 6.4. 3.2 is also right and 6.4 is also right. But more right is 6.4 because when we are referring totality, totality means the 46 chromosomes. When you are referring 32, you are referring the 22 autosomes and two sex chromosomes, X and Y, because both are different. That's why you referring both. So you are referring 24 chromosomes plus mitochondria. But a second pair is also there. So whole genome, when you talk about, whole genome is going to be 6.4. But one term is there for that we are using, that is called reference genome. So the size of reference genome, reference human genome is going to be 3.2. Okay, so that is a bit few things. And why we are talking in terms of reference genome, because by sequence, by reference sequence, one or there are two chromosomes, means two sets are there for each chromosome. Like if you are talking about chromosome number one, then chromosome total number of chromosome number one is 2. but the sequence, both the chromosomes are going to have some similar sequence. They are not same, but they are going to be similar. So minor differences are going to be there, but for reference purpose, we can keep one. But if you want to refer a human one, because every human is different, there is definitely going to be a bit different. So a reference, when you are talking about a reference genome is going to be different from actual genome. Okay, if you refer my genome, so my genome size may be different, maybe a bit different from your genome size or your genome structure. So genome structure is different. That's why we are different. Okay, so this is a bit few things about the genome. So as I was asking you, so the prerequisite of getting a DNA or a genomic DNA, when we are talking about genomic DNA, this simply means you are going to isolate all the DNA that present in the cell. Okay, so genomic, as I mentioned, genomic, as you all are mentioning or you are saying that you need a cell. So what type of cell you need? You need a type of cell depending upon your requirement. If you need a bacterial genome, then you need a bacterial cell. If you need animal genome, then you need an animal cell. If you need a plant genome, then you need a plant cell. If you need a fungal genome, then you need a fungal cell. Viral genome, then you are going to be viral virus particle or viral cell, we say. Okay, so the prerequisite, the first requirement that you need is your cell. Now when we are going how to proceed, how to extract the DNA. So for knowing for extracting the DNA, you must be aware about the architecture of your cell or what type of the cell or cell makeup, because you must be aware about where your genome is located. Your genome is located within the cell, and your genome is surrounded by a large, or many type of membranes or walls. Like if you are referring a bacterial cell, there is no nucleus, so chromosomes or the genome is lying just in the cytoplasm. But cytoplasm is surrounded by what? First is surrounded by cell wall, cell membrane, and cell membrane is made up of what? Cell membrane is made up of what?
Lipids.
Cell membrane is made up of lipids, and proteins are also going to be there. Then cell membrane is further surrounded by a cell wall. Cell wall is made up of what?
Mostly cellulose.
No. Cell wall is made up of depending on what type of cell is. If we are referring a bacterial cell, then it is going to be made up of your peptidoglycan. If you are referring a fungal cell, it is going to be made up of pectin and chitin. If you are referring a plant cell, then it is going to be made up of cellulose. Okay. Only these three type of individuals are going to have cell wall. So their cellular makeup or their wall makeup is going to be either peptidoglycan, chitin, or pectin, or your cellulose. Okay, and your eukaryotes are also going to have a nuclear membrane. So the genome is further surrounded by nuclear membrane in case of your uh, plant or animal cell. So now simply if I will ask you, so how you will reach to the genome? What you have to do if you want to reach to you take out the genome from a cell? Yes, what you need to do?
Sir, we have to dissolve the layers covering up to the cell.
Yes.
For
So
example,
yes, simply
its matrix and its nucleus.
yes, well said, Adish. So as Adish was saying that you need to remove the barriers. So like if you are in a house and you are trapped inside the house, And if you want to go out, then what you have to do? First, you have to break the inner wall, then you have to break the outer wall. But if someone is outside and he want to take you out, then first what he have to do? Then first he have to break outer wall, then inner wall, and then he will reach to you. So similar type of things you have to do when you are going to take out your DNA from your cell. Means first boundary is your cell wall. So now a simple question is how you are going to break the walls. So how to break the walls? How to break the walls?
Sir, in the case of depends on which. So in the case of bacteria, we can use anything which digests peptidoglycan, and
A simple thing, just I'm a bit more using you. How you break a wall of your house?
sir,
Sir,
Your house, if you have to break the wall of your house, then how you break?
using mechanical force,
using tools, sir.
Using tools. What type of the tools?
like a hammer,
Yes, hammer. Well said. And yes, you need to do hammer.
And
When
chisel,
you're
a JCB.
JCB.
so
Okay,
dynamite.
dynamite. Okay, so three things. I'm just categorizing your substance into two way. One is the JCB plus hammer. So all are the JCB is also hammering it. And second, you use the dynamite. Dynamite is some chemicals. So in similar way, the wall of your cells also you can break in two ways. First, hammering it. So hammering means mechanical ways. Mechanically, you hammer your cells. Take hammer and start beating your cells. So when you beat your cells with the hammer, your wall of cell is going to break. So now you may ask, so how we can hammer the cell? Cell is so small in size, and how you are going to hammer it? So I will tell you how you can hammer it. Okay. So and the second thing is you mentioned the dynamite. So we also are going to have some dynamite types of things that chemicals. So as Adish or some I'm not remembering who was saying. So some chemicals you can digest. Like peptidoglycan is there, so you might be having some enzymes which can digest peptidoglycan. So the name of simple enzyme, all of you are going to have that enzyme. That enzyme is helping you also to kill the bacteria, and all of you are having that enzyme in your eyes. So what enzyme you are having in your eyes? What type of enzyme you have in your eyes? When you cry, what came out?
So lysozyme.
Yes, it's the lysozyme. When you cry, tears came out. Your tears are going to have lysozyme, and that lysozyme help in cleaning of your eyes. Cleaning of your eyes simply means it is removing bacterial population present in your eye. Okay, so that lysozyme is an enzyme. It breaks the cell wall of bacteria. Simply means it breaks down the peptidoglycan. Okay, so the same enzyme you can utilize for the digestion of cell wall of your bacteria. Simple. Now comes to the second one. Second one is going to be your fungus. Fungal cells are going to be made up of chitin or pectins. So you need an enzyme that is going to digest the chitin or the pectin. So the name of the enzyme is going to be, as you all know, that name the substrate and put A's with the substrate. It is going to be the name of your enzyme. So here the name of the substrate is pectin. The enzyme is going to be pectinase, and the name of substrate is chitin, and name of the enzyme is going to be chitinase. So the pectinase and chitinase you can use, and they are going to digest the cell wall of your fungus. Now comes to the plant. So plants are going to have cell wall that is made of cellulose. So here also a similar term. A is here to put with the cellulose. The name of enzyme is going to be cellulase. So cellulase is the enzyme is going to be able to digest the cell wall of your plant cells. So simple thing. to give the your treatment. And now you can, how you are going to hammer it. So hammering means a physical method, physically breaking the cell wall. So physically breaking the cell wall is simply just like grinding it. So you can, what is the prerequisite for grinding? What substance you can grind in your mixer grinder?
Yes, sir. In mixer.
In mixer grinder, what type of substance you can grind?
Semi-solid.
Solid. Solid substance you can grind. So if you solid is there, if you solidify your cells, they become then you can grind them. So when you grind them, you can break their cell wall. This process you can simply do. You can dry your plant material, bacterial material, or fungal material. When it becomes a powder, dried one, just simply put in the mixture and grind it. When you grind it, you will make a fine powder. During the process making of the powder, cell wall is going to be broken down. This is the simplest method that I mentioned. But always you are not going to have a dry matter. So when your dry matter is not there, then you can't grind it. So now simple question, if the matter is not dry, if your matter is semi-solid, just most of the cells are going to be semi-solid. There is going to be have a large amount of water content is there, and most of the time you are growing in culture or a tissue sample if you take from my finger or whatever surface, then they are going to be they definitely are going to be solid, not going to be a dry one. So then how to grind them? In that case, how you are going to grind it?
What, sir?
A semi-solid substance you want to grind, then how you are going to grind it?
Is it by adding some liquid?
No, liquids are already liquid is there. Then mixing will be there, grinding will not be there. Or grinding will be not a proper grinding will be there. Can you grind the ice? Can you crush the ice?
So we can crush ice.
Crush the ice. So if we froze your sample in the frozen form can be crushed. And when you crush the ice, means that when you crush the water, it becomes fine powder. So this is the one you are going to utilize in the second way of your mechanical breaking of the cell wall. Crush the ice in the ice frozen form. So how are you going to freeze it? So the freezing thing we are not going to do like simply put in your freezer. It is going to form ice and then crush it. No, we are not going to do like that because we are not going to put extra water into your sample. We are going to utilize whatever amount of water present there, because if you put some extra water, then big ice crystal will be there. Then it will further become difficult to crush it. Okay. So this purpose of the grinding that I'm talking about, we are going to do utilizing a nitrogen thing that we're calling it a liquid nitrogen or liquefied nitrogen. Then the liquefied nitrogen is going to have a temperature in minus 170 degrees Celsius, which is very low below your 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so minus 170 degrees Celsius is going to be the temperature of your liquid nitrogen. So be careful whenever you are going to handle the liquid nitrogen. Its temperature is too low. If you pour liquid nitrogen on your hand, then your hand is going to be fallen down without doing anything. Because when you put a liquid nitrogen, it will be called frozen, and the frozen one it will break, just like you are breaking a wooden thing. Okay, so don't use liquid nitrogen improperly. So what we do, we pour liquid nitrogen. We use a device that called the pestle mortar. घर में चटनी बनाई है सबने? चटनी बनाई किसी ने घर में? चटनी बनाई घर में किसी ने?
Yes, sir.
चटनी कैसे बनाते हैं? मिक्सर ग्राइंडर बनाते हैं सर आजकल का है। आजकल
Yes, sir, mixer.
एक एडवर्टाइज आता है टीवी पे, उसका सिलबट्टे का अंग्रेजी में नाम क्या है, आता है ना?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But silbatta we are going to utilize here. So in Hindi we also call the kundi sota. The kundi sota that we use for the making chutneys, and in English the proper way, scientific way, call it the mortar and pestle. So mortar pestle we are going to use. It is just simply like kundi sota. So what you are going to do? You are going to pour your cells, and maybe it's bacterial cell or your plant cells or fungal cells. Pour liquid nitrogen over it. As you pour the liquid nitrogen, it will become frozen immediately, and crush it with the mortar. And when you crush it, it will become fine powder. And whatever the ice, water particle present within the cell, they will become solidified and they help in the crushing. And with those crushing, your cell wall will be broken up. Okay. So these two methods are there. One is the physical method, and second is the your chemical methods or the biochemical methods by which you can break the cell wall. Okay, simple thing. So now the next thing is came, next barrier. As you broken the wall, what is the next barrier? What is the next barrier?
Sir, to separate
Sir,
the DNA from the cellular debris.
Next barrier is the cell
Yes.
membrane. अब टीवी पे सभी लोग टीवी देखते हैं. टीवी पे लाइफ बॉय की एड आती है और डेटोल की एड आती है ना, हैंड वॉश एक्सेट्रा, डिटर्जेंट्स की भी एड आती है.
हाँ,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो डिटोल की एड आती है और या जो भी लाइफ बॉय की एड आती है, तो क्या दिखाते हैं हम?
एंटीसेप्टिक.
एंटीसेप्टिक. आजकल तो जो है हर कोविड में तो कहता हाथ धो बार हाथ धो.
सर वो दिखाते हैं कि जर्म्स को थोड़े एक मेम्ब्रेन से कवर्ड होते हैं, फिर जब लाइव बॉय उसको टच करता है तो वो मेम्ब्रेन हट जाता है और वो मर जाते हैं.
वो मर जाते हैं. बिल्कुल सही जवाब, बिल्कुल राइटली सेड. The same thing. I'm not saying similar. I'm saying same. We are going to utilize here also. Whatever is present in your hand wash, your Dettol, your Lifebuoy, your Dove, whatever soap you are going to use at your home, every soap is going to have same thing. Whatever there is present in your soap, we are going to utilize in our laboratory also. That component we are going to use to break the cell membrane of your cells. Either it is going to bacteria, it is going to be plant, it is going to be animal. So animal we don't have the cell wall. So directly cell membrane is there, so you can break it utilizing that one. So, do anyone of you have a soap near you? और डिटोल का घर में किसी की साबुन है या डिटोल का हैंड वॉश का पाउच या समथिंग?
Yes, sir.
है किसी के पास?
Yes.
तो साबुन का उठा के लेके आओ और उसमें पढ़ो क्या लिखा हुआ उसके अंदर. व्हाट आर द इंग्रेडिएंट ऑफ दैट soap? So who is going to do it? कौन लेके आ रहा है?
सर साबुन तो नहीं सर, सैनिटाइजर है.
सैनिटाइजर नहीं चाहिए. सैनिटाइजर बाद में मंगवाएंगे.
Sir, I can.
Sir,
I
I
don't
get
have
the
Dettol.
Dettol soap.
Yes, Dettol soap. So read the ingredients.
Sodium palmate, aqua sodium palm carnylate, sorry sir,
और
talc, glycerine, sodium chloride, sodium olefin sulfonate, ethydronine acid, climbazole, tetrasodium EDTA, disodium etidronate, disodium EDTA. बस.
और कुछ एक कोई मिसिंग है, कोई कंपोनेंट आपने सही पढ़ा नहीं, मिस है शायद।
नो सर, और कुछ तो मिसिंग
दोबारा
नहीं।
पढ़िए कंपोनेंट आप एक बार फिर, इंग्रेडिएंट।
दोबारा पढ़ूं सर?
हाँ दोबारा पढ़ो।
सोडियम पाल्मेट, एक्वा सोडियम पाल्म कर्निलेट, टैल्क, ग्लिसरीन, सोडियम क्लोराइड, सोडियम ओलिफिन सल्फोनेट, इटिड्रोनिक एसिड, क्लिम्बेजोल, टेट्रासोडियम EDTA, डाइसोडियम इटिड्रोनेट, डाइसोडियम EDTA.
Okay, so might be that is not there.
सर सोडियम
Yes.
Sir, Parafuram.
सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड किया,
Sodium?
हाइड्रोक्साइड.
No, sodium hydroxide is not the one. Sodium is definitely going to be there in that one.
Sir, I saw two more things: Parafurin and PEG7,
Yes.
and cyclodextrin, ammonium
Mhm.
bromide,
Mhm.
methylochlorozolinone, methylochloroisothiazolinone,
Mhm.
tetrabutyl acetic acid, and hydroxypropyl. That's the answer. Olefin sulfonate. Yeah, that's it. And
So,
PEG7.
okay, just a moment. I'm searching some soaps and I will show you. Okay, so I'm sharing you. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
now read it. Ingredients. No. The second component is sodium laureate sulfate. Okay. So this is the component that is there in your soap. Every soap is going to have it. Some might be written sodium lauryl sulfate. Some might be going to have sodium dodecyl sulfate, and some might have written SLS. Some might have written SDS. So this is the ingredient that is present in your soap. That same ingredient we are going to use in our laboratory also. The name of the component is SDS, or simply we can call it as simply detergent. So the detergent that you are using in your soaps, on your washing might be some different detergent maybe. So, but here we are going to use the same detergent, that is the SDS, sodium dodecyl sulfate, or sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS or SDS. So these SLS or SDS, as you mentioned, detergent is there. So this detergent, as in similar way, detergent is working. As in similar way, your detergent is cleaning your clothes, cleaning your hands. In similar way, your detergent is going to remove the cell membrane. So what detergent do? Detergent is going to dissolve. Here the term is dissolution. It is going to dissolve the cell membrane. Cell membrane is made of lipids, so it dissolves the lipids. हाथ में तेल लगा होता है, साबुन से धोते हैं, तेल हाथ से चला जाता है.
Yes, sir.
So the similar thing is here also. These lipids are oil. Simply you can say these are the oily substances. So when you treat your cells with your detergent, so here we are using detergent, name is the sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium dodecyl sulfate. So if you treat your cells with the detergent, your cell membrane is going to be gone. So whether it is a nuclear membrane or cell membrane, STS is going to break both the cell membrane, nuclear membrane and also the cellular membrane. So now you have broken your cell wall, you have broken your cell membranes. Now where the DNA is? Where the DNA is? Adish, Ayushi, Demetrius, Devanshi, Ishita. Maswini,
What, sir?
now you have broken
Yes, sir.
your cell wall and cell membrane also. Now where DNA is?
Nuclear.
You have broken the nuclear membrane also.
So DNA is freed from the nucleus, but it is mixed up with the rest of the cell parts.
Now mixed up, but where now it is? Now is it within the cell or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but in the yes.
सर डीएनएस डाल के फिर सेंट्रीफ्यूज करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद स्पूलिंग करके निकालते थे।
निकला है कैसे?
सर याद नहीं, ऐसे कुछ होता था।
Okay, so now DNA is out. Out means there is no cell wall, no membrane, DNA is in open. Now where in open? Open simply means whatever type of the substance you are having. Means you are going to have, when your cells are there, you have suspended in some solvent. Yes, SDS is also going to be there in some solvents. So whatever some solvents that you are going to use, in those solvents, your DNA is going to be there. Simply you can say, now DNA come out into solution. Your cytoplasm is also liquid. So cytoplasm also come out of the cell and it is in the liquid form. Okay, so now it is in the liquid form. So now your job is to remove all the components. As you mentioned that yes, it is came out in the liquid form, but in your solution, your cell wall is also going to be there. However, it is broken. It is going to be there only because you haven't removed it. Cell membrane have dissolved in the SDS, but cell membrane liquid is there itself. You haven't removed it. Even you have added the SDS, so SDS also you have to remove it. So now the next job is removing all other things from the sample, because your DNA, as you remove the cell membrane and as you remove the cell wall, you have your system, your DNA comes out in the solution form. So now how to purify the DNA? So now the next step is the process of purification. Purification means removing the rest thing, keeping the thing that you desire. Okay. So now how we are going to purify it, and that we'll do in our next session. So now I'm giving you a 5-minute break, and before 5-minute break, just I'm calling your name quickly and quickly recite yes or no, whatever you are there or not. Okay. Adish.
Yes, sir.
Atoiba.
Yes, sir.
Aishi.
Present, sir.
Demetrius.
Yes, sir.
Divanshi.
Present, sir.
Ishita.
Present, sir.
Janvi.
Present, sir.
Kshitij. Kshitij. Manaswini.
Yes, sir. Present.
Amrita.
Present, sir.
Nandini.
Present,
Nandini. Nehal.
Present,
Nehal.
sir. Present, sir.
Upal.
Present, sir.
Sahiba.
Present, sir.
Sanjana.
Present, sir.
Shakti.
Present, sir.
Shivani.
Present, sir.
Tanvi.
Present, sir.
Tridev.
Present, sir.
Vivek.
Present, sir.
Yukta.
Present, sir.
Yuvraj.
Present, sir.
Okay, so all done. कोई बचा तो नहीं है? So 22 are present. So we will join back after 5 minutes. So till then, have some water or some break.
Okay, sir.